I have been living inside her, inside a girl named Meera, 16 years old, quiet like an unfinished sentence. And I am something that should not be here. I died not long ago, but death, I have learned, is not always an exit. Sometimes it is only a change of address. They say energy cannot be destroyed. Perhaps that is why I did not disappear. Perhaps that is why I crossed over into her breath, into her silence, into her days. She was walking past a graveyard when I entered her, as if life and death exchanged passengers for no reason at all. At first, it was unbearable. She was not like me. Where I once knew chaos, she knew discipline. Where I once chose freedom, she chose obedience. Her life was a straight line drawn by others: school, tuition, expectations, silence. She did not rebel. She did not ask questions. She simply continued. And I learned to continue with her. Time does strange things when you are not entirely alive. I watched her mornings being packed like tiffins, carefully measured, carefully controlled. I watched her dreams shrink into schedules. I watched her youth become a timetable. And yet she endured, as if endurance was the only language she had been taught. Then came a small change in the rhythm of her days: a classroom, chemistry, and a man named Anirban. He was not extraordinary, but sometimes ordinary things open the deepest doors. He spoke softly, smiled easily, and Meera, she began to look at him the way draw looks at rain. Something inside her shifted, and I, who had lost the right to love, began to understand what it means to watch someone else feel alive. Hope is a dangerous thing. It does not announce itself, it simply enters. Days passed. She stayed longer after classes. She smiled without permission. She carried questions she had never learned to speak. And then one day, he asked her to step outside the classroom and into another world. A park, evening light, and words that fell like a carefully rehearsed truth. He said he loved her, and she believed him. Or perhaps she only wanted to believe. For a brief moment, life seemed almost kind. Two hands meeting in uncertainty. Two silences pretending to understand each other. And I, inside her, almost forgot I was only a witness. Almost. But not every hand that opens is safe. Not every smile is shelter. One evening, the air changed its tone. A drink was offered, a pause, a fading of awareness, and then silence where there should have been thought. I was there, still awake, still trapped, watching what a living body cannot protect itself from seeing. And I understood something I wish I never had to learn: that sometimes danger does not enter like thunder, it enters like trust. When she returned home, she was no longer the same girl. Something inside her had been broken, not loudly, not dramatically, but in a way that cannot be repaired by words. And I felt it too, because I was not outside her pain, I was inside it, a passenger in a body that could not escape itself. That night, I understood the cruelty of my existence. I had died once, and yet I was still being forced to witness life's worst truths. without hands, without voice, without exit. Only awareness, only helplessness, only repetition, a vicious circle. And somewhere in that silence, I realized perhaps hell is not fire. Perhaps it is consciousness without control, life without permission, and memory without escape. Thank you, friends. Thank you for listening this story. Please subscribe my channel.